Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please, if you're new to channel, please subscribe, like, and comment. And please always come back to what my videos. I really do appreciate, your big support to this platform. Yes, today we are going to have only one video because I have been quite busy. But 2 or 3 days, from today, we are going to be resuming our two normal videos, It is so big up to you, and thank you so much for your big support, last month. And I pray that we continue with this month very, very smoothly. So in today's discussion, we are actually going to have very, very interesting discussion. We are going to have Chef Matiko today in this discussion. We are going to have Sejo. We are going to have the fisherman, Yes, we're going to have also Mogesi in our discussion today. So please watch the video from the beginning up the end. And please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. And please always come back to watch my videos. I really do appreciate your big support to this platform. Big up every time. If not today, maybe tomorrow. Yes, let's start this video. Grandma's been actually not feeling well for some good days now. But the good news about that story is that Grandma is back to the village, at home, though she's still somehow feeling weak. When you are back from the hospital, it is not possible that very day you start moving around, loitering everywhere. No, she's still under recovery and she'll be well. And actually, I was very happy that the travel command was able to re-echo that. Big up every time. And also, we want to appreciate all those guys who have been in position to come to help the travel commander to ensure that the project continues very well, very, very well. Big up to all of you. Big up every time, and we really appreciate. I've also been in position to observe that they have started working on the wall fence. They have already dug the trench, and I hope all this moves on very, very well. And we continuously pray for that wall fence actually to be well, and also continuously pray for Grandma to recover fully. Yes, also I would also want to take this opportunity actually to say a very, 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 very quick recovery to Yvonne Canning. We pray for you. She has been not well. I saw her message. We continuously pray for you so that you come back very, very strongly. She has been I think in the hospital for some good time. Now she's back, and we continuously pray for you and all our good people who are actually outside there and you're not feeling well. We continuously pray for you. So I was also able to see that the travel commando and his team, they were able to purchase for Grandma a bed, very, very powerful bed, and also a dining table. Yes, I had a travel commando talking about people complaining about the seat, the sofa that they had bought for Grandma. Yes, and yes, but meanwhile, he's still waiting for somebody who will be in position to help to buy a better one. That one can still be there, for the meantime. But big up to all our good team who are actually ensuring that things are moving on so well. We really do appreciate you. We really, really appreciate what you're doing. So in today's video, as I've already said, there is a lot of issues that are actually happening. I watched a video of Mogesi, and he was exchanging terrible words with one of their subscriber, and you see, he was trying to associate that subscriber with the travel command, which was actually a very, very big lie. In fact, the lion, the confused individual who calls himself a lion, has come out to make it very, very clear that that subscriber is a good person, and that subscriber was helping him also for some good time, So for Mogesi to come out rubbish and talk so badly about that subscriber is wrong. That is according to the Lion, you know, that Mogesi did bad. But also, I would actually want to appeal to some, to this our young boys. Sometimes you need to be very, very respectful, because the way Mogesi was exchanging with the subscriber was actually not not right. You know, he was talking to the subscriber like his child, like the subscriber is just useless. And this is one of the subscriber who have been helping them, by the way. The negative. He has been helping them, here and there. But because he want to make himself relevant, they are now, you can imagine, he went an extent of putting his picture, his WhatsApp picture on the screen, and even calling his names. I felt like that was not right, that was not right. I don't want even to play those words here when they were exchanging their bitter words. I felt like that was really very, very disrespectful, to that subscriber. I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for you, but you're also another. You're also another one. So you have been supporting them, and now you see what is happening. See what is happening to him. I know right now his heart is boiling like nothing, because the man was able to put him on camera. Not only putting on camera, but exposing a lot of things, including his picture. You can imagine right now, if we would be putting his pictures here, how that man really would be feeling. And I saw a lot of those people who support the negative, that it's not good to support these boys in the way they can easily turn against you. But the travel commander have been talking about those things. They used not to listen. They used not to listen. And they thought, by supporting these boys who are fighting the travel commando, they thought they were going to succeed in destroying him. Just a waste of time. Somebody's progress should not lead you to hate him. When you actually see individuals who are hating the travel commando, they're hating him because of what he has. Not that he has done anything bad. There's completely nothing that he has done. But because somebody is sitting down there and he feels like probably the travel commando does not deserve, they feel like he does not deserve those things that he has, probably. Bad-minded individuals, and yet this is a man who have tried. You can imagine that he tries all his best to load videos each and every day. Each and every day the man is loading videos. Videos of 2 hours, sometimes almost to 3 hours. But you look at individuals who are very busy, talking harshly against him, criticizing him in all corners, just because the man, is working so hard each and every day. Do you know the meaning of taking a whole year and you're shooting videos every day, and you're loading those videos, uploading those videos each and every day without missing it? Do you know the meaning of that? But these individuals with no brain, that they want to put the man down, they want to call him all sorts of names. He's what? He's what? People have been in position to call him all sorts of names. But let me assure you that they will fail. Whether they like it or not, they will fail. They will fail. And I've seen how some of them are now, some of them now they're running kitty taka. Kitty taka. They have no future. You have seen that you have failed completely in life. Then you want to take your frustration to some other people. People who are trying all their best to work hard for themselves. You can imagine that level of jealousness that some individuals are actually having. Bitterness. And the bitterness is leading them into confusion. Most of them are becoming so confused. Very, very confused. You know? You cannot destroy what you have not built. It's not possible. You know? It's not possible. I remember at one point, the travel commandos, people were concerned how he keeps on giving his money in the village. And he said, will you bewitch YouTube? Will you bewitch YouTube not to pay him? You know? You cannot. So even if you bewitch his money, in most cases, probably you're wasting even your time. Because YouTube will continuously pay him. You know? And even if he fails to do something with his money, people will give him money to do it. That's why you say a lot of individuals are failing. Me, I believe some of those individuals in the village probably have even tried to bewitch the travel commandos' money. They have tried. You know? They have tried. With the bitterness in that community, with the hate in that community, they have tried to do something, but they have failed. You know? They have failed. Because even if you want it or not, the money is still coming. The money is still eh? The money is still coming. People are saying, I have bought for you a free. I have bought for you this. So how are you going to be with such a person? A blessed man will remain blessed. Those confused people in the village. Some of them who claim that for them they will go to witch doctors like Mayani. That for him, instead of going to church, he will go to the shrines. And I saw this useless man called Kukuman. Again, he carried a cow that is taking to Mayan. A man whom he has tried to imprison. He actually wanted to delete him. Then you see that type of reasoning. That's why I always keep on telling you, my good people, that actually there are individuals in that community who are actually mentally, they are not okay upstairs. Some wires are on, off, on, off. Now when you look at a confuser like Kukuman, what do you see good in him? There is completely nothing good in Kukuman. Completely nothing. He's just carrying his big head for nothing. A man who can auction his own wife. Auctioning to the public. Is that a man with a brain? He will continue raising children that does not belong to him because he's a stupid man. He is. Me, I've said it. So, there's a lot of things that are actually being said about Grandma House. The fake teacher came out with the stories. There is no proper plan for Grandma's house. There is what and what. The way they have built the house. When you see those people who are talking like that, they have never even constructed a latrine. They have never. But only opening their mouth. Where? Show us what you have done in your life before you start talking about other people. Show us. That the plan was not from a professional. Let me tell you, the plan that Mayuguno came with, even some professionals, if you give them to draw it for you, might not come like the one of Mayuguno. Some of those people who call them professional, I'm telling you, some of them, they are just there by names. There is a lot of things that Mayuguno does that most of those people cannot do. It is true. We have a lot of quack professionals. Just quack professionals around. People are just after money. So the work Mayuguno has done, whether you like it or not, all of us, we can really see that his house plan was 100% perfect. But because some man is sitting in his computer or his laptop there, opening his mouth because he has the freedom to talk, they will always talk. They will always talk, because from that talk is where he's earning his money. You know? So sometimes some of those confused individuals, let's just leave them to talk, because they're, upstairs they're not okay. That the government can destroy, can whatever that house. How many houses, all those neighbors at grandma's home, do they have plants? They don't have plants. You know? They don't have plants. I think people in authority does not know that they are constructing that house. And I can assure you, somebody who is a responsible person is actually even happy to see that they're constructing for grandma a house. They are happy that they're actually helping people. You know? But a confused individual who is sitting in his laptop in a smaller corner of his house is talking uselessly about the travel commando, instead of coming out strongly to appreciate that our brother, you are actually helping people in your community. But instead, you always want to talk the negative. Such people will never go anywhere, whether you like it or not. That level of confusion, you see, every year they're almost like that. Then you find somebody talking that, that is talking sense. Let me tell you the truth here. In all African countries, East African countries specifically, there is no requirement that you need to go or any approval from any official that if you want to build this type of a house in the village, you must go and have some documents, or there is nothing like that. Even here in my country, there is nothing. So that one who is talking, you see, the problem with those kind of individuals, they want to bring, when they listen to the stories, from the stories of people who are in the USA, where, those developed countries, they want to bring the laws, the rules of those countries. They want to try to bring it here because they're listening that, in USA you cannot build a house without any authority checking and whatever. So they try to bring it here also. Here it does not work like that. If you have your money, just go and build your house, so long as it is not a storage building. For a storage building, at least somebody will come and say no. Just like when you saw David Jr., when he was constructing the house, those people came. They came in and said, no, do you have these papers? Do you have this and this? Do you have this? For storage buildings. But these smaller houses, nobody is going to bother you. Nobody. Nobody will bother you. You remember when Mayuguno was constructing that house of his, those people, they got involved. Actually, they checked. That is for a story building. But this small house, wake up in the morning, you start the construction. Nobody will even bother. Because they want to see people transforming their lives in the village. They need to see. But a man who is sitting there at the corner of his house, he's making noise. They can break that house. They can do what? Then by the way, you find some people in the US, they will get scared. I cannot support a project that they are going to break. Nobody is going to break that house. You support the project. Support the project. Those are confused fellas who actually they want to stay in their kind of reasoning. Here you are free to construct a house of any kind, so long as it is not a storage building. And also when you are constructing maybe in developing centers, when you are constructing, you will need to be very careful where the road is going to pass. So that one you go and ask from the leaders there, that is there any plan? I want to construct a house in this place, but is there any plan of a road passing in this area? Because they already have those maps where roads are supposed to pass in a developing center. They have the maps already, So if you just go and put up your house, next time you find maybe after 3 years, the road is passing. And they'll tell you, but you did not come and ask. We would have given you instruction what to follow. You know? But in the village, in your own land, let me tell you, here nobody is going to come and ask you. In your land, in your own land, in the village there, nobody is going to come and ask you, what do you want to plant in this garden? You know? Don't plant this, you plant this. Nobody, if you want to, you are free to build anywhere in your home, in your land. Nobody is going to come and say, no, you are not supposed to build here. You are free. My friend, this is not USA. This is Africa. Africa, we are not developed like UK, USA, Germany, France. See, we have not reached that level. Don't even see. The travel company always keep on saying, actually, even a lot of people in that construction site, that is the biggest house in the village as we speak. It's the biggest house. It is the biggest house. You know? So, that shows you we are still very, very behind. People are still sleeping in muddy houses. You know? You sleep in the house. You sleep in the house. And in the morning, you wake up when you're just white. That's full. You may think you're passed on a Maram road. And yet somebody have slept in the house. But the house of mud. So you wake up in the morning, you find yourself just with a lot of dirt only. A lot of dirt. Dust. Like you have passed on a Maram road. So don't be deceived by this individual. Because these individuals are very misleading, by the way. They're very, very misleading. Because somebody can watch the video and can be like, no, me, I'm not going to support that project. The government can wake up one day and demolish the house. No, it's not like that here. Don't be misled, our people. Support that project. Nobody is going to destroy that house. Nobody. Support the project if you are to support. Support. You know? Here, we don't require to have any documentation or what. There is nothing. If you are to construct your house, you construct it. You know? And nobody is going to waste his time to come. You know, how you doing this, how you... Nobody. Nobody. So don't be deceived. Don't be fooled by people who don't want to see development. Don't be deceived by such people. Those are people who are just jealous. They don't actually... You see, there are individuals who are not even shameful. They don't have shame. Instead of really being happy that Africa is developing, you know, the travel command is helping the needy. They are campaigning. You remember they failed the campaign of Castor for heart treatment. That is exactly what they wanted to do for that construction. But they fail. They fail. And they'll continue failing. You know? They fail. Actually, for them, what they wanted, they didn't want that project to go ahead. They didn't want. Now, such a person, really, such a person, here is not working. Then you find some people that, hey, teacher, it affect teacher. Really, they are individuals. We have, you know, we have some people who think like, you know, instead of thinking this, they think on the other side. You know, very, very bad. But me personally, I would encourage those ones who are willing to support the project. Please support. No, that house is not going to be destroyed. You know, don't be deceived by fools. So, I have seen Sergio. Sergio never lies. He's back. You know. And I've seen people welcoming him. Sergio. You know, very soon he's going to start abusing them again. He's going to start abusing them. The man does not care. For him, when he gets opportunity to abuse, he will abuse you. He will abuse you until you... But he's claiming that he's not a changed person. That is a changed person is asking for forgiveness. How many times has he asked for forgiveness? For you see, for him, so long as he gets some little money like this, he changes like for him, he changes like a chameleon. Today he's like this, tomorrow is the opposite. Hmm? The man has failed in life, and he looks anyway. No, at least he got a job for himself, driving the ambulance, saving life. I wish he could even remain in that position, driving that ambulance and saving life of the villagers. That would be even still good, you know. But here, he's going to come back to abuse people, you know. Me, I don't believe that man has changed. He's a man who is, he's a person who is he's just a greedy person, very very greedy man, you know. I wonder if this time around his wife is pregnant. Otherwise, somebody is going to help him again. You know, he had got a wife. And when we started throwing words towards him, he took off from the YouTube platform. This time around, let him come when he's wise. Otherwise, we are going to be asking the very questions again. If not, people are going to help him like Cuckoo Man in the village. And he has sharp people. Sharp people are there who don't see anything closing their eyes. Please, if you're in this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment. And please always come back to watch my videos. I really do appreciate your big support to this platform. Yes, we are moving very, very, smartly. So please, if you have not yet put a notification bell, put a notification, because I will be giving you a lot of the things, because we have a lot to discuss. And I'm just giving you bit by bit. So yeah, so all of you knows Jeff Matiko. Jeff Matiko is one of those unique, very, very unique YouTubers in the village. You know? But though right now he's not in the village, he's actually with his wife. He is in which country? He's in, is it? I've even forgotten. Is it Italy? Those other countries. Jeff Matiko is there. But I have seen a lot of criticism towards Jeff Matiko. And the person who is bringing this story is actually a fool. You know? A fool that all of us we know. The so-called the fisherman. You know? Kintu. You see, I would really want to say it was not right for Kintu to bring family issues to the platform. And the way I look at the uncle of Matiko, he looks like he is a drunk man when he was talking. He looks drunk. But because they brought it to the street, we are actually going to talk about it today. But to me, I felt like it was not right to bring family issues to the street. You see, some of these things, some of these individuals, they believe when they bring these stories on the streets, people will sympathize with them and they will be helped. That's now the mentality of these people in the village. Actually, it's a way of begging on the streets. It's a way of begging. So money will be sent probably to the Kintu or the fisherman to give this old man. And after him delivering the money, he will go on the cover to ask this man something. You know? That is what they do. When you send money to somebody, they also go on the background and say, now, my brother, it is because of me that you have got this and this and this. Now you also give me something. We have heard about those stories. When you see they're giving people money, that's what they do. The so-called those negative reactors. There is nothing for free. The man will come back for something. For us here, we call it kitu kidogo. To ask for something. It has been trending for some good time. But, sometimes we don't want to talk about these things. Then somebody will be like, you just want to destroy. For them, they say, they call it like, you want to spoil it for us. That you want to spoil it for. But today I've said it. Some of these individuals, when you give money to them, they go and ask for money again. So actually, you be very, very careful. And it's a very, very common with I hear this cuckoo man. He will give you, then he will come and ask for something. You know? Or the man say, you buy me lunch, buy me lunch. It's a way of asking. You know? They will always look for an excuse to ask something from you. Either buy me lunch, buy me breakfast, buy me what. Just because money was sent through them to another person. So that's how they play their things. You know, for those ones who didn't know, today I've said it here. You know, me, I got that information long time ago. But of course, I know our people who are here, you know, who don't support them. But if you are here and you have been supporting them, now I've told you. Because you see, there are also individuals who are always on silence. You know, they don't want to do things when people know. When they get a problem, you see them coming out making noise. You know, me, I have now decided to say that when you have a problem with those, don't come and make noise for us. This is not a platform to go and advertise wrong things. Me, I've refused that. Actually, last week somebody contacted me. Hey, no, I've given so and so, and I like, rubbish, go away with your things. You know, that he gave money to some of this the negative reactor and what and what. I was like, go away, rubbish, go away. You know, I cannot listen to stupid individuals. These are individuals. When these guys are fighting the travel commando, for them they're happy and they're supporting them. Then when they get a problem, the other side they run here. That, hey, you know, this and this. I'm like, no, you go away. I chased that one. That was last week. I didn't even talk. Today I even talked about it by mistake. You know? Yes, so such groups of people, me, I'm not going to tolerate them. Let them go away with their mental. You go, if you want to support the negative, support them. But don't come here making noise. You know? Don't come here making noise. Me, I'm not a solution for people's problems. You created a problem for yourself. You solve it. Solve it. You know? When the travel commando always keep on saying these things, some individuals don't listen. Eh? They feel like, hey, those guys say, oh, okay, you support them. But when you get a problem, don't come back here making noise. We shall not tolerate you. We shall not. You know? We shall not. So the issue of Chef Matiko, the story about this old Muse, you know, is supposed to be a private issue. Very private. You know? And this old man looks to be very drunk. And on top of that, he looks to be a greedy person. You can imagine that this old man was given advance. Whether it was for what and what. But you have been given. You know? So every time the old man wants to get advances. You can imagine the old man is getting advances for like 3 months. You know? 3 months in advance. Before those 3 months getting over, again you want more. So you think those people are money machines? You know? Then he comes out that it's not. What are you talking about? Somebody have given you money for 3 months. The 3 months is not yet over. Again, you are asking for more. Eh? So this is a man who operates in debts. Yeah? So you find the man have eaten money for a whole year. But he still wants more. You think, let me tell you, the truth is, you can never solve problems like that. That means it's getting money without plans. You know? But he brought an excuse that his mother died and, you know, he wanted to, you know, he got the money to do and this and this. Now you can imagine he's blaming Chef Matiko that he cannot take his children to school because Chef Matiko, they have not paid the money. But the man was given money for 3 months. You know? So why don't you budget for that? Yeah? And stop criticizing somebody that your children are not going to school because they did not pay you. Yet they have already paid you 3 months in advance. You see, the problem with the employing relatives here in Africa, when you employ them, they have a feeling that you must sort out everything, all their problems. For them, they will not look at what you have given them, but they look at what has remained in your pocket. That is what they are concerned of. They want that one that has remained in your pocket. Even if you have nothing, for them, they believe you have it always. That's the biggest problem. And that is the problem Chef Matiko is facing with this old man. Greediness. You know? And where he's actually keeping is not for Chef Matiko. There is a owner of that house. You know? But now if the owner of the house have paid you for 3 months, you know, in advance, the 3 months is not over, again you want more money. Now what is that? Though he is claiming that additional work was given to him, keeping the chicken, keeping the dogs, something like that. Negotiate for the salary increment than making noise. You know, that's what he's supposed to do. Let him negotiate for the salary increment that coming out to try to destroy the names of Chef Matiko. You know, Chef Matiko has tried his best to build a name. And that's a name his uncle, a confused uncle, actually want to come and destroy. And you can imagine they employ him thinking that they are going to help him. The uncle now has become a thorn on the flesh. Let me tell you, there is nobody who will always want to come out and say, I want to imprison you, or I want to take you to the police, and your relative and your uncle. By the time you see somebody have reached that level, the uncle has become a nuisance. That's the truth. Me, I want to say it openly. You know, that uncle is now a problem. The uncle is a problem. So the only thing they can now do for him, let them pay him his money and let him go. You know, some of these individuals, they think if you employ them, they become your property. You're supposed to do everything for them. When his children or her children are sick, you're supposed to take care. You now, our whole family start looking at you. So if he was being employed in another place, would he be conducting himself the way he's conducting? You know, here in Africa, there's nobody who will give you a salary of 3 months in advance. Nobody. Actually, they will start thinking that you want to take off. You know? But being a family member, they did something good for him. And they paid him 3 months in advance. Now the only thing he's doing is to, you know, to start backbiting Chef Matiko. Chef Matiko, you wake up before it is late. Before this old man destroy you completely. You know? People want to destroy what they have not built. You know, he claimed that he was working where? In Mombasa in a hotel. So if he was working and they were paying him well, you know, how comes now he looks like a man who was not even working, by the way? You know, these are family issues that we are not supposed to discuss, but they brought it on the streets. These are beggars. They're looking for ways to beg money on the streets. And let me tell you, by the time Kintu went and met this guy, they had a discussion first. You know? They had a discussion. Because even the way the Kintu was asking questions shows you that these people talked. Please, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, like, and comment. And please always come back to watch my videos. I really do appreciate your big support to this platform. Let's first of all watch this clip, then I come back and we continue from there.
My uncle Matiko, I have a lot of messages here. They just trying to threaten me. When I come, I'll take you to the police. You will be jailed. I don't understand why. It is my right. But I don't know why she will, because he has money or because me, I don't have money. My children are at home at the moment. But what he is trying to tell me is something very bad. Her mom is my young sister. But what he is doing, not good. Really.
So he's threatening you?
Yeah, he's very bad. He's been sleeping without eating.
So what do you mean that you were guarding there? Was it a 24 hours or was it how many hours?
I've been going there about because
No, per day, per day. Per day. Was it a full day or was it in some several hours?
I've been going there. I've been reporting at 4 p.m.
4 p.m.
Sometimes 3 p.m.
Yeah. Until morning.
Yeah.
So during.
He'll understand where he came from. You see? He knows the problem of here. Last time, I think this is maybe is the there was a hidden gender, which I don't know, because I called him. They gave me 15,000 shillings. I've even already told you.
Okay, they gave you 15,000 Kenya shillings.
Yeah.
For advance. It's an advance.
When my mom died.
When your mom died, it's called an advance.
So actually, when you listen to that old man, to me, the old man does not know actually what he wants. The people whom he's blaming is actually helping him. Somebody to give you money for 3 months in advance, that person wishes you well. Nowhere here in Africa somebody can pay you that money when you have not worked for it. Actually, somebody will think you want to take off. Secondly, this old man is not a straightforward man. That is not a type of an uncle that somebody would really want to be associating themselves with. Because he's a person who can connive with an outsider to destroy family. He can easily do that. Because if you can actually go to Kintu and talk all the things with Kintu, trying to create a picture that is actually doing very, very badly. You can imagine this old man, he goes to work at 3:30 p.m. or 4 p.m. in the evening hours. Then he leaves early in the morning. He goes to his home. Then he says that he's sleeping hungry. So that means he himself does not have plans. Because if you know very well that where you are going to work, there is actually nobody there to cook for you. And you have a wife at home. Can your wife cook for you food and pack? So you want Chef Matiko, who is actually very, very far, to be cooking for you food to eat. Yet you have a family, you have a wife who can actually do for you something. That means himself is a failure at his own home. So you want to blame other people for his own failure. That is not right. Saying that I'm sleepy, that he's sleeping hungry. A man who goes back home, he goes back home early in the morning. He goes home. He comes back at around 3:30 or 4 something. Sometimes even maybe 5 p.m. in the evening. The man says he's sleeping hungry. And you can imagine his home is not far away from where he's keeping, by the way. His home is not far away. Even somebody can take for him food. Because he's working to feed the family. But you are blaming people that you are not eating. So Chef Matiko should cook for you food. And be sending for you food from outside there to the village. Is that what he's trying to mean? This old man is just confused. He actually does not know what he wants. Now he claims that his children's at home. This old man, he knew very well that his children are supposed to go to school. So you would have had plans for that. You know? So if that job is not there, so how are you going to help yourself? How are you going to help them? These are lazy individuals. Actually, me, I see him as a lazy person. So he's resorting now to begging. That's just a way of begging. Begging. You know? And he's looking for ways to bring Chef Matiko down. You know? So Chef Matiko, if you are wise, let that old man go and look for job another place. Otherwise, you are going to create a very big enmity between you and him. And it will not only stop at him, but even his children's. That's not a clear person. You may think you want to help, but you'll create more problems to yourself. You know? This old man, that's another drama coming. That's what I'm seeing. That's another drama starting to come to Chef Matiko. Be wise earlier. Otherwise, you will live to regret it with the time. You know? For us, we are here, we are watching the space. How things are going to be unfolding. Because now, if he has started bringing family issues on the platform, the next step, what will he do? And by the way, he's also a YouTuber, by the way, he's a YouTuber. I'm wondering what type of videos he's putting on his YouTube platform. A very confused old man. These are the groups of Kohera, by the people who have failed. They won't try to catch up at old age. You know? Very, very alarming. So, Chef Matiko, that is your story. But for us, we shall be watching very, very closely what happened. Because this old man, I am very sure, this is not going to be his last time to bring this story on the platform. It's not going to be. He's going to continue making this story after story after the story. So please watch out. Watch out and now do the right thing. If it is removing him from the work, remove him. You know? There's a lot of people who want work in the villages. A lot of work. A lot of people. Yes. Please, if you're new to this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment. And please, always come back to watch my videos. I really do appreciate your big support to this platform. You know, today we are going to have only one video. And probably tomorrow, either one or two, we shall see. But please, I would really want to appreciate all of you for always ensuring that you come back to, you know, what my videos. I really do appreciate your big support to this platform. Please, let's meet again in our next video tomorrow. Greetings to all of you watching me from USA, UK, Canada, and all of you watching me from the Caribbean. Not forgetting my good people here in Africa. Thank you so much. May God bless you and bless you abundantly. See you again when you see me. God bless you.